What's up, everybody? Welcome to your coach's coach. I'm your host, Coach Justin Blackwell. And I wanted to hop on here. You might have heard it in the podcast kind of intro. But what I really wanted to do was talk a little bit about why I'm doing this podcast, its purpose, the inspiration behind it, just to give you a little insight as to, you know, what exactly you're looking at. With that being said, for those of you who don't know me, I'm a NASM certified personal trainer. I'm a boxing coach. I've been in the fitness industry now for over a decade. I'm a father of two, and I live out here in Los Angeles, California, if you couldn't tell. With that said, you know, one of my prior functions was the director of programming for an international boxing and fitness company. And, just like many of you who are watching this, I taught classes, did private training sessions, uh, kind of the standard stuff. But beyond that, one of my big functions was the education of coaches, right? I taught them what our product was, how to execute the product, the fundamentals of coaching and boxing, really just helping them understand their business within the business, right? And how to grow that. And so this podcast really is a continuation of that work. And what my hope is and what my goal is that through the interviews that I do, I can shed insight, clarity, perspective on how some really successful coaches again are navigating or continuing to navigate this fitness industry, which I wholeheartedly believe has changed in a lot of ways since the pandemic, as many of you have known. And so I plan to interview not just boxing coaches, though I'm starting with boxing coaches because that is the world that I come from, right? I started in a more traditional boxing setting. First gym that I ever even had a private session at, my first training session boxing was at Wild Card in Hollywood, made famous by Manny Pacquiao. Wasn't my home gym by any means, but I know a few guys that amateurs that fought out of there. Really cool gym. Freddie Roach used to be in there hanging out all the time. But that was my introduction. And again, moved into more boutique fitness later on in my career. But I want to interview people from not just boxing, different combat sports, so Muay Thai, wrestling, whatever, but also just different modalities in general. I want to interview people from basketball, baseball, football, dance, whatever, because I believe that number one, there's so much overlap to our sports that we don't even know about. Number two, I know that being a coach can be super isolating and siloed, right? If you teach classes, for example, you probably see one or two coaches daily that you cross over with because they teach either before you or after you. If you're a private trainer, you might see a couple of coaches here and there, but you're constantly with your clients. It's not often that we get to hear the stories and the experiences of fellow coaches, let alone coaches from other modalities and their training methods, their perspectives, their philosophies. And so that's what this is all about. But even further than that, I want to interview fitness club owners, you know, marketers, whatever. It's just a deep dive into our world of sports and fitness. And so, I want to let you know I don't have any uh, delusions of grandeur or anything like that. I'm just a coach, and I'm trying to provide value to the coaches that I know and have met across the country and hopefully around the world. I have no backing on this thing. I'm bootstrapping it all. It really is a passion project, and I do hope that you guys find it valuable. And um, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what comes of it. But other than that, all I can say is that I appreciate you. Thank you for joining me. And if you do, make sure you're liking, you're subscribing, you're sharing. If you're watching this on YouTube, Follow us on Instagram at Your Coach's Coach, YOURCOACHS All right, y'all. Once again, I'm Coach Justin Blackwell. Looking forward to seeing you on the rest of this journey. I appreciate you. From the heart, I love you. I salute you. And I'll talk to you all later.